Hey everyone, what's up? It's Haley and welcome to a reading vlog. So it is officially the start of week 3 of the OWLS exams, which is a readathon hosted during the entire month of April by G from Book Roast. Of course, I will leave her announcement video down below, but I'm sure you've heard of it and have seen, people's videos and stuff going around, and I am participating. I did do a vlog last week, so I will leave that linked up here in the cards, one of these sides. And so far, just as an update, I have read 3 books this month. Not my best reading month, but as I've mentioned before, I'm kind of getting out of a reading slump and trying to get my groove back. So I feel like I'm trying to just mood read as much as I can while also completing my challenges, and hopefully by the end of this month I will either be a potioneer or a healer, so we'll see. But let's start off by telling you what I am currently reading, what I'm planning on reading this month, or this week, and we'll go from there. So currently I am in the middle of The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. Again, this is a reread. It's my audiobook for the month, and it is something that I am actually not using for an OWLS exam, but I will continue to keep you updated as this is a reading vlog and I will be reading it. So yeah, I am currently on page 331, but I am making my way slowly through this. It is not top priority. It's just something that I can listen to when I'm in the car or when I'm on a run, or yada yada, whatever. But yeah, I'm in the middle of this. And then as far as things that I could pick up this week, I'm definitely going to be, as I said, mood reading, but these are some things that I've kind of set aside as like tentative books to be read. But one thing that I actually think I'm going to start is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm sure you've heard of this book. It's been going around a lot lately, mostly because after Taylor Jenkins Reid had like huge hype around her book called The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, this just came out and people have been absolutely raving about the audiobook. So I think I might use this for an adult book. I believe that is for the Charms exam. I should have this like better organized at this point, but I will continue to update you as I read these things. But this is basically follows this like Fleetwood Mac-esque band that was really popular in the 70s, and it's told in like interview format. So I'm definitely going to be listening to this on audiobook. I just got it on Script. If you're curious about trying out Script, I'll leave my referral link down below. I'm obviously not sponsored or anything, but I used a referral link when I signed up, and you get like 2 free months, and then if you use my link, I also get 2 free months. So if we want to like scratch each other's backs, you could sign up through that. You totally don't feel obligated to. I just thought I'd put that out there because, I could really save some money on books. But yeah, so I think this is actually something I'm probably definitely going to pick up, just because even though I'll be in the middle of 2 audiobooks, I feel like I can kind of multitask those, and this is something I'll definitely prioritize because it will be going for an OWLS exam. But yeah, there's that. And then one thing that I like keep saying I need to start but I haven't yet is A Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. I am hoping to read this by the end of April or by the live show for the Catch Up Book Club hosted by Beck and the Books and a bunch of other people. Haven't started this. This is almost 1,000 pages, so I definitely need to get a good chunk of the way through this. And then I just finished, last week, I just finished Nevermore, so I could pick up Wondersmith if I'm really feeling like being back in this world and with the characters and everything, so I put this aside as like a maybe. And then I also last week finished The Weight of Feathers by Anna Marie McLemore, and I heard that it is very similar in kind of atmosphere and sort of with like the traveling performers aspect to it to The Night Circus, so I would maybe like to read this week. The Night Circus is the Book Junkie Book Club pick for the month of April, so I would like to participate in that if I could. So this is something that I could definitely try and get done. I don't know, I need to like figure out what challenge, like I had it mapped out and then I started mood reading, and so I really need to figure out like what's going for what with my challenges and my exams and everything. But yeah, this is something I could also pick up. But as for tonight, I just got home from work. I was with my boyfriend this weekend because I ran a half marathon. I talked about it in the last vlog. I'm super sore right now, so I honestly need to like foam roll like everything. I need to foam roll my legs, my body, my life. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. I need to make some dinner, but before I do that, I have some packages. I ordered some books on Thrift Books, and then so we went to Barnes and Noble, and I'll show you what I got there. One sec. Okay, so at Barnes & Noble, I didn't get too much. I just got 2 books, and then I got a book for my boyfriend, but I thought I'd quickly show you. So I got The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This is obviously being made into a movie, or it's already a movie, but that movie's coming out soon, so I'd like to read this, and then this will also work for an exam because it has the word star in the title. And then I got The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, mostly because it was fairly cheap. It was like $6. I really liked this edition, and as far as classic goes, like, I don't love classics, but this is one that's always kind of intrigued me, so I could pick this up this month, but it's just something I want to have on my shelves if I ever, like, am in the mood for a classic. So those are the 2 books I got at Barnes & Noble, but yeah, let's open my thrift books. I love thrift books because it's super inexpensive. Again, not sponsored, but, you know, I figured I'd just show you what I got. All right, so the first book I got is it's missing the dust jacket, but I got The Mark of Athena by Rick Riordan. This is the 3rd book in the Heroes of Olympus series that, like, kind of takes place after the Percy Jackson series. I didn't realize this was going to be coming without a dust jacket, which is kind of a bummer, but I read the first 2 books at the end of last year, and I wanted to continue with the series, so I thought I'd pick this up because it was, of course, very inexpensive on Thrift Books. It's not in the worst condition, it's not in the best condition, but I don't mind having used books. Like, that doesn't bother me too much. And then I also got Confessions by, I don't know who what the name is, Kanae Minato, but it's also a translated work. I heard Alexa from Library of Alexa talking about this, and she said it was, like, super messed up, and I feel like I'm just the kind of person that really wants to read a messed up story, so I saw it on there and I got it. All right, next one. I ended up getting 5 books. I don't know if they're all here, but whatever. Ouch. Ooh, okay, I'm super excited about this one. So I got The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I have just heard so much about this book. I'm really interested in reading Donna Tartt. I also want to read The Goldfinch by her, but this is, like, about this, I think it's like a secret society at, like, a really elite school, and it's kind of like, there's, like, a murder or something like that, and this is just supposed to be, like, kind of almost like a modern classic, so I've been so interested in this, so I saw it on Thrift Books, and I was like, yes, this is the time to get it, so I'm really excited. I want to read this. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but I really want to. Let's open up this last one. So I got The Martian by Andy Weir. I have never read this, but I have just, like, only heard good things about it, so I'm really excited about that. And then finally, I got Pines by Blake Crouch. I have heard Emily from Books with Emily Fox talk so much about this series, and I read Dark Matter by Blake Crouch last year, and, like, I actually really enjoyed it, so I've just heard, like, her talk about the series, and it really intrigues me, so yeah, I definitely am excited to pick up this as well, and apparently it's a TV show. I didn't realize that, but yeah, so that's my little haul. I'm gonna go make dinner, and then maybe I'll read. I'm kind of starting to get a headache, so we'll see. Everyone, so it is Tuesday. I look kind of awful right now because I actually just went for, like, a really short run. I'm still kind of in recovery mode, so I didn't do too much. I did about 2.5, but I just wanted to update. So last night I did read up to page 52 of A Clash of Kings, and I'm so happy to be back in the world again. I don't know why it took me so long to pick this up, but now that I'm back in it, I just, like, want to read this. But I feel like I'm talking funny. I'm a little bit cold. After I went for a run, I went for a walk on the beach, and it was so beautiful. I included some clips in this vlog, so you'll see. But I found some beach glass, which was really cool. But I'm just like a little chilly in the face, so I feel like my mouth is kind of numb. But basically just plans for the day are, you know, I'm gonna be working and stuff, but I'm gonna eat some breakfast. I'm gonna quickly like wash up. I have a hair appointment today. That I kind of wanted to talk about. So I used to have bangs, like straight across bangs, and I really liked them, but after a while they were just super hard to maintain because I have curly hair and, you know, I had to like straighten them every day or like pin them back or whatever. But I've been wanting them again lately, and so I scheduled this hair appointment with the intent of getting them, and I'm so nervous, but I'm really excited. So we'll see if I go through with it. But yeah, so I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna try and read more of A Clash of Kings as I go through the day. And then I'd also like to start the audiobook for Daisy Jones today, but I will probably update later and let you know if that actually happens. So I just wanted to quickly talk about like what I eat for breakfast like every day basically. But basically I just take this pita bread. Usually I like wheat, but this is what I had, so it's fine. And I'll cut one piece in half, and then I'll cut that into quarters, and I'll toast 2 of those quarters, and then I'll spread like a crap ton of goat cheese on it, and then I'll just do like 2 over medium eggs. Luckily there are 2 left in there. And then I'll put like a ton of red pepper and regular pepper, salt, and garlic powder. And that's basically my breakfast. I love goat cheese and eggs, so I just kind of wanted to share that. I don't know if that's interesting, but yeah. So do I look a little bit different? Because yeah, I did it. I got bangs. Obviously right now they're like a little bit crazy, and they don't know what to do, but I think as they like settle and as I get like a little more used to them, it'll be better. But I am so happy I got them again. I know I'm gonna regret it in like a month, but for a little change of pace, I'm not mad about it. So yeah. What do you guys think? Let me know. Hey everyone, so it's later on Tuesday. I'm still getting used to my hair, and I'm also trying to find some good light here. That's okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. But I just wanted to quickly update on what I've read so far. So I am currently just past the 100-page mark of Clash of Kings by George R.R. Martin. I've gotten to read a little bit of this today, and I hopefully will read a little bit more before I go to bed. But I have to do a few things actually, so I'm probably just going to just hang out, maybe watch some shows, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm making good progress through this. So far, not too much is happening, but I know it's going to set up for like a lot. So I'm just enjoying the ride. And then I actually did, like I said, start the audiobook for Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm about 70-ish pages into this. Of course, I am listening to the audiobook, so I'm kind of ballparking it. But so far, it's really fun. So I am big into like classic rock, 70s, 80s music. So this feels like so much fun to read. I love, having the nods to all the bands and the different musicians and everything like that. It's really fun to like kind of have those sprinkled throughout. It definitely is. I'm definitely glad I went the audiobook route, just because like it is told in interview format. Oh, I didn't talk about what this is about. So this is about this band called Daisy Jones and the Six, and they were supposed to be very popular during the 70s, and then they had this very big breakup. So this is a book kind of in interview format where the author is basically following the rise and fall of this band. So currently Daisy Jones has not actually joined the Six. Daisy Jones is this girl who grew up in California. She had very rich parents. Her dad was an artist and her mom was a model, and she kind of just became sort of like the it girl of the time, which is like, I hate saying this, but it's like she's basically like the 70s version of like an influencer, because she gets like clothes from designers and she gets to date all of these rock stars and she goes to all these events and is in magazines and stuff like that, even though she doesn't really have her own claim to fame, but she is trying to be a singer and a songwriter. Mostly her main passion is songwriting, and so far it's really detailing her struggle of like, you know, people giving her a chance and, you know, giving her songs a chance, because her words and her music, that's what's really important to her. And then it follows the band called The Six, who's kind of on the rise at this point. They've just had their first record deal and are going on their first tour. So at some point their paths are going to cross and they're going to form this band, and I'm really excited for the ride. I'm really enjoying it so far. The audiobook is definitely the way to go. I love the full cast aspect to it, and it's adding such a great element to the story. But yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to read too much more tonight. I probably won't be picking up this again, but I'm going to try and pick up A Clash of Kings, and then tomorrow I actually have to do a lot of baking in the morning because I have to bake a bunch of cookies for the organization that I volunteer for. So I think while I do that, I'm going to be listening to the audiobook. So actually, I'm like, my goal is to finish this tomorrow. The audiobook isn't too long. I think it's 9 hours total. I don't listen at normal speed. I listen to it at a faster speed, so I think I can get this done by tomorrow, and then I can pick up something else. My goal is to finish 3 books this week, so we'll see. I don't know, so far so good. Okay, so I just got home and I just wanted to update that I finished the audiobook for Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I literally just filmed this clip about me talking about this, but I was completely incoherent. Like, you cannot understand what I was saying. Not that I was not like speaking correctly, it was just like my words and my sentences weren't making sense, because I am confused about this book. And I don't know what I'm going to end up rating it, so I'm sure I'll know by the end of the vlog and I'll let you know. But at this moment, as of just finishing it like 20 minutes ago, I am confusion. So I started off not thinking I was going to love this book. I was thinking it was going to be around a 3-star read, which is still good, but it's kind of disappointing considering that The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is my favorite book of last year. And the fact that Taylor Jenkins Reid is like, I really do enjoy her writing. This is only my second book by her, but already I know that I really enjoy the way that she writes characters and just her stories and everything. I think that she has a really incredible way of telling stories and making people feel so real and three-dimensional and just, yeah. And so I wasn't really enjoying this, and I was getting angry at so many parts of it, but it wasn't like an angry that like I felt like this book was problematic or that I straight up wasn't liking it. It was anger at the characters and at the situation that they were going through, and feeling like something that was happening I really didn't want to happen. And I was thinking to myself, a book that can evoke that much emotion is something that is incredibly powerful. And I don't know, I think there's something to be said about that. Like, this book isn't perfect. I don't think it's going to be for everyone. There's excessive drug use, there is cheating, there is just sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's what this book is. That's so much of what this book is. And if that's not something you want to read about, then I don't think you're really going to like this. But there's also something so tragically beautiful about what our characters go through and how everything plays out in the rise and fall of this band. And I felt like I was watching a movie almost. Like, it was so surreal in a way. Like, there was something so just like harrowing and poignant about it. Like, I can't really work through my thoughts on this book right now, and so I'm definitely going to have to take a step back and like decide what I'm going to end up reading this. But I think at the end of the day, I think I really freaking like this, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that these characters did feel so real, and everything that happened to them was messy and complicated and sad. Like, so much of this was sad, and like it hurt a lot, but like in such a like a beautiful, real way. I don't know. I'm not really sure when I'm going to end up rating this, so I can't tell you right now, but I will definitely let you know, hopefully by the end of this vlog. If not, like, it'll be on my Goodreads or on my Twitter or something, but just know I finished this and I'm confused. But yeah, so I think that's my fourth book finished for the readathon. So I'm about halfway done with what I need to finish. Really the only two like stricter owls that I need to finish are Potions and Transfiguration. So for Potions, I need to read a sequel, and I'm hoping to use Clash of Kings for that, so I do need to continue to read that. I didn't end up reading it last night, but I will definitely read that tonight now that I've finished Daisy Jones. And then the last one is Transfiguration, and the challenge for that is to read a book that whose cover is red or has sprayed edges. So I'm gonna take a second, like, look at my TBR shelf right here and kind of figure out what I want to read, and then yeah, I will let you know. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I don't know if it's thundering outside. It might be thundering. It might rain. But I'm gonna make some dinner. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna read and try and work through my thoughts on this book, because what? Okay, so I've just kind of quickly gone through my shelves, and I'm a little confused about like if a red book, like, does it need to be a book that's like mostly red on the cover, or does it just need to have a little red on the cover? Because I definitely don't have any books currently that have sprayed edges. I could spray some edges on a book, but I'm too afraid to do that. So these are the ones I've set aside, and I don't really know if like what is gonna work or not, but I have Red Clocks by Lenny Zumas, I think. I basically got this because Library of Alexa said she liked it, and yeah. And then I have Mark of Athena, which I hauled earlier in this vlog. It's, of course, it doesn't have the dust jacket, but the naked book is red, so that could work. I also have Lock In by John Scalzi. Again, the naked book is red, and there's, of course, like some red on the actual cover. And then the picture of Dorian Gray, the reason why I pulled this aside because it's fairly short, and of course it does have red on the cover as well. And then finally the Night Circus, which is definitely one that I've been wanting to get to like these past couple of weeks, or this entire month really, and it definitely has red on the cover. The naked book is black. Ooh, I didn't realize how pretty that was naked. But yeah, I don't know. If I can, I would like to read The Night Circus for this challenge, but I'm not totally sure. Should I try and like, I can't paint the edges of this. I think I would just screw it up. I don't know. I'll let you know, but those are what I'm thinking for right now. I don't know. Hey everyone, so it's Saturday night. Actually, it's been a minute since I've updated, but I was just working Friday, and then my boyfriend is in town because he's from the same town that I am from. His family lives here, and today we were with his family because we were like doing an early Easter celebration. But I have been reading, so I wanted to give a really quick update. I'm already in bed, and all I want to do is keep reading at this point, so I'm going to make this short and sweet. But I am currently reading The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I have an arc from NetGalley, and currently, according to my Kindle app, I'm about 71% of the way through. So I honestly think I'm going to try and push through and finish it tonight. It's basically about these two people. Well, it's told from the perspective of this girl named Olive. Her sister is getting married, and of course she's the maid of honor, and she has this weird feud with the best man. During the reception, actually everyone in the entire, like, everyone in the wedding party, the guests, everyone, they all get sick from a seafood buffet except for, of course, the best man and the maid of honor, who are both the siblings of the bride and groom respectively. But they end up taking the honeymoon, because it's this like all expense paid trip, and they basically have to act like they're siblings and a newly married couple. So it's very much this like rom-com with the classic haters, or the classic hate to love fake dating trope, and I'm having such a fun time reading it. There have been times where I have like audibly squealed or like laughed out loud. So far I'm really enjoying it. We'll see how the end is, because I feel like a conflict coming in and I'm not sure if I'm gonna love it, but we'll see. But I've also made a little more progress on Clash of Kings, so I am currently on page 334, so not bad. I'd like to get to maybe page 450 by tomorrow, so I'll be like almost halfway done by the start of next week. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to continue to read and then probably go to bed and update you tomorrow. Ooh, I look a mess. Okay, so it is Monday evening. I just got home, so it is time to close out this vlog. I didn't get quite as much reading done this week as I would have liked, but I think I've set myself up for success for the end of this read-a-thon, hopefully. But yeah, with that being said, let's just go over what I read this week. So first, I finished Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. When I last spoke about this, I wasn't really exactly sure what I was going to rate it, but upon further reflection, I am definitely giving this 5 out of 5 stars because, oh, I just loved this so much. I can't stop thinking about it, and I love the way that it made me feel. Like, I wasn't just, happy the entire time. I got angry, I got sad, I felt all kinds of emotions, and I think this was amazing. And already I really want to reread it because there's so many quotes in here that hit me so hard that I would love to tab and highlight, and just I want to annotate this at some point. So 5 out of 5 stars, this is my first 5-star read of the month. And then second, I did kind of talk about it very briefly, but I completed The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, and I am going to use that for my challenge of, I used this for charms because this is an adult work, and then The Unhoneymooners I'm using for arithmancy. The challenge is to read a book written by more than one author, and of course Christina Lauren is a team of authors, Christina and Lauren, and I think I'm going to end up giving this book 3.5 stars. I did kind of go into the synopsis for it, so I won't go too much into that now, but I think for the most part I really liked this book. I really enjoyed it. It kept me reading. I was, sometimes I gasped, sometimes I had to stuff my face in the pillow and scream. Sometimes I was laughing out loud. It was such a fun read. I really enjoyed the chemistry and the tension between the main characters. But I think my main issues with the book were where there were topics that were brought up that I think could have been more fleshed out. So the reason, this is definitely a hate to love romance, and the hate really stems from kind of miscommunication between the two characters at the beginning. The main female character believes that the main male character is kind of body shaming her because she's described as curvier and a little more voluptuous. She is described as having a really nice rack multiple times throughout the book. But yeah, so it ends up not being that he's body shaming her. It kind of is a miscommunication thing. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I think that kind of there was room to really delve into that a little bit more. I also don't know if the way that the main character handled her body image and eating, if that was totally healthy. I can't really speak on that, so I think that's something that someone else might need to talk about more. I'd like to read more reviews on it, but I just feel that could have been expanded on more. Trying not to spoil it again, I think there was also opportunity to discuss, being in a career that you're not totally happy with, and being okay with changing your path and accepting that change and understanding that sometimes, you know, the first thing that we end up doing is not going to be our forever job or a forever career. That's very cryptic because I can't really say where it fits into the plot because it's really towards the end of the book. But other than that, really enjoyed this book. I'm definitely going to try to do a more in-depth like Goodreads review since I did get this on NetGalley. So if I have that done by the time I post this video, I will link it down below. But otherwise, you can follow me on Goodreads or Twitter and you'll find it there. And then finally, I have made really good progress on Game of Thrones. As of today, I am currently on page 537, so I'm well over halfway done. I think today, hopefully, I can get to page 600, 650. But yeah, so those were the books that I read this week. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and yeah, please feel free to like and comment. I would love to interact more down below, and I hope you'll choose to subscribe, so I will see you in my next video. Bye!